Okay, so G shape from the second string gives us a C. D shape from the second string gives us a G. Okay, here's our D shape. If we start the D shape from the second string, all right, we're going to get a G shape. So D shape, remember, was first inversion. So we're looking for a 2 on that string. We start our D shape again. Let's get them both on the screen. Here's our 2. Here's our 2 5 7. 2 5 7. That's a second inversion. Oh, sorry, it's a second inversion right there. 2 5 7. Second inversion, and that would be the G. Okay, so it's saying that the G is the 4th in this particular case. All right, that wouldn't be a D-shaped root. All right, so we didn't find the right one there. We're looking for a D-shaped root here. Okay, and we're going to say the D-shaped root starting here is going to be first inversion. We find a 3 5 root over here on the second string, right here. 3 5 root 3. Okay, so we're starting here. What box are we in? We're pretty much in this box here, the G C D. 3 5 root 3 5. Okay, it's saying the was it the D shape from the second string is going to give us a G shape, right? Okay, so D shape from the second string is like 3 5 root 3 5 root right here is going to be your G shape right there. So remember, the D shape over here, the arpeggio, which we started 3 5 root 3, right there, that much of it being D-shaped because this is the D, G, A box. This is where the arpeggio lies. It's embedded into the D-shaped pentatonic scale. 2 3 5 6 root 2 3 5 6 root 2 3. See how the Ionian is embedded in that. So we start that 3 5 root 3 from the second string. 3 5 root 3. It puts us into that G box right there, G root. Now if you just follow it, what I'm saying, the fun part, you start on a 3 on the second string. You're just going to do a major arpeggio here, right? But no. You're starting from the third, so it's going to be... Okay, so it's going to be a minor third first, then straight up to the root. Okay, then another minor third, right? 3 5 root. Oh, then we're going to want to go a major third from root to 3. Sorry. It's because we're dealing with a major arpeggio. So it's a minor third from the third to the fifth. All right. Right here. 3 5 root. So we're starting on 3 with a minor third to the fifth, fourth to the root, major third but warped up. Okay, and then if we want to stay in the box, we've got a G shape right there. G-shaped arpeggio. Well, that's nice. You know, another way of looking at it, and there's your G. There's your G-shaped root. Another way of looking at it is this 3, we started it and we went over to this zone. It actually crossed over here. So you can't say that it would belong to this entirely. You want to stay in a pentatonic box that you're in, that you start in. What you start in, you want to stay in. If you want to stay safe, you know, because you don't want to have to reach way over to that. If you know you can just do it on the same string. People like to do, you know, little pull-offs or hammer-ons or something like that. If you know it's going to be a G shape, you're going to be playing right into that G shape anyway, or a chord, you know. So it works for arpeggios. Now let's look at the minors. And the other thing I wanted to explain was that, so I was a D to the G. Guess what? C goes to 3 of them. C goes to 3 of them. To E, if you go a C shape from the 2nd string, you get an E. A C shape from the 3rd string, you get an A shape. And the C shape from the 4th string, you get the D shape. You know what that D shape is. Let's look at that one. So first we'll do a C shape, which is right here. 5 root 3, 5 root 3. C shape from the 4th string, we find a 5 on the 4th string, which is right here. It's not going to give us much. Just go straight up. 5 root. And what did we say it was going to become? See that how kind of difficult it can get to guess what it's going to be. So C shape from the 2nd, 3rd, 4th string becomes a D. Alright, remember C shape starts on the 5. So 5 from the 4th string becomes a D shape. Well, there's not enough information there. Let's go over to the D shape. Alright, look at 5 from the 4th string right there. Okay, I think that we were looking at it from the 5th string over there. So let's give it another chance. 5 from the 4th string. Actually, yeah, that was wrong. That's from the 5th string. That's why we had 0 information there. Here's 5 from the 4th string. So 5's going to go root, has to warp over, and then from root it's going to go major 3rd, so there's your D shape. And that's just not a little shape like, oh, I want to call that a D. That is the D in the D pentatonic, tripentatonic DGA box. So you started a C shape from the 5th, but you had to hit the warp right away. So that's really the acid test for the thing. It's better to try something easier, such as a C shape from the 2nd string. Well, we did the E one, so let's try C shape from the 3rd string. So you know the C shape again is 5 root 3, 5 root 3. So we find a 5 on the 3rd string is right here. We're going to go straight up, just like this goes straight up. Then we want a major 3rd, but guess what? Because of the warp, it's straight up and bum. A shape right there. So there it is, A root shape. Root is the middle note of that that familiar A shape C. That A shape C. Ta-da! So we're doing all right today. We'll get through this. Okay, we're back. In the next segment, which will be the final segment, hopefully, we're going to cover the minors. And you look at it, it looks a little just as confusing as this looked at first. Remember, these are the bass strings, the bottom 3 strings, the low strings, E, A, and D string. And these would be a little up higher on the strings if you started these guys from those strings.